average, I have homework from when I start around 5 o'clock, from anywhere until 7 to 1 a.m.
SATs, ACTs, subject tests, trying to balance all of that with everything else you have to worry about. It's just very stressful.
The grades you make determine your future, and so you're constantly stressed over how you're going to be able to live in the future and what you're going to do with your life from the time that you're even in elementary school.
By this point in junior year, all you're talking about is college, and all your teachers are talking about is college, and all your friends are talking about college.
When you present your resume and your college essay to the college admission officer, they want to see that you're a leader, they want to see that you have improved over the years, and they want to see you stick with something that you really care about and means something to you.
I study often and I do all my homework, and sometimes I'll miss a night out to study or anything like that because I want to make sure that I'm doing well in school and getting the good grades that I need so I can have a decent future.
Well, throughout my high school career, I've really taken a bunch of classes that were going to test my knowledge so I can get a good GPA. This stress, it's affected me a little bit. It's made me think, get myself to realize that I could do it. I really proved to myself that I can handle the stress and that I could overcome it and do better in school.
School on its own is enough of a mental strain on students, but it also ends up affecting other facets of your life, like your social life and your family life, and you don't have time to develop bonds that are really important to people. Probably the worst part about junior year is what it turns everyone into. Everyone's stressed, tired, temperamental, and yelling at each other. No one has time to enjoy themselves anymore, and school consumes everyone's lives.
In high school, it's very easy to get stressed out and stop worrying about your health and putting sleep before making sure all your homework is done or making sure you're studying enough for a test. It's bad for your health, and sometimes you get too worried about just making sure your grades are good, and then you get sick, and then you fall even more behind. A lot of the times you think back and you hope that it's not only for college, you want it to be more than just that.
People develop psychological disorders. I know friends who are depressed and have anxiety and have attempted suicide because of the pressure school has put on them and the expectations on them and what they are told is required of them to succeed, and they don't think they can live up to it.
Right now there's a higher level of unemployment than what's normal, and basically the whole point I think of a person's life should be to do what makes them happy. And if you have to get a job that you're not happy with, or you can't get a job and that leads you to unhappiness, that it's just so much anxiety, stress, and sadness.
You have to get a job that requires a college education. Nobody's becoming an electrician or a carpenter anymore. The standard's been raised. You need to dole out all this money for a college education or you're not going to be successful in life. And that creates a large pool of college students competing for a very small handful of jobs in the workforce.
You can't succeed unless you push yourself as hard as you can. It's just impossible now because there's so many smart people. Every high school has the top percentiles, just incredible. So if you want to become one of them, you have to push yourself, and if that requires taking a lot of stress on, then you just got to do it.
I feel pretty confident that all my work now will pay off eventually, and I'll get into the school I want to go to.
I definitely think this is going to be worth it in the end. And I've known people that told me to work hard in high school and college will be easy and the rest of your life will be easy because high school is really important for you.
If you have enough ambition and enough perseverance and you'll keep going, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you can try really hard to make something of yourself. But our generation does have a lot of stress, and I feel like that's going to have an effect on us in the future because we're just very pressured, and we're going to continue putting that pressure on ourselves and have that pressure put on us from other people.
I think for high school students to push themselves to try to get into the best school possible. It is important, and it may not pay off in the end, but I think all that hard work will teach students the lesson of like hard work will get you far. And even if you don't get into the Ivy League school, you don't get that job that you really always wanted, you're still learning that if you really want something, you have to go after it, and it's important.
I don't know if it's really worth the stress and strain and seeing what it does to myself and my friends. I don't know if it's worth the mental and social toll it takes on people's lives to reach their goals. I don't think the expectations that are put on students nowadays are realistic, and if they keep increasing at the pace they have been, I can't imagine what the workload will be of a student in 20 years.